What's up with y'all, man? It's King Promise, just tapping in with y'all. I know it been maybe like 3.5 weeks, something like that since I dropped. But I just wanted to come on here and drop something important for y'all, that crossed my mind. So basically, for the ones that's being obedient, trying their best to walk as righteously as they can, because we all fall, we all will fall short, we all backslide, we all, imperfect. So at the end of the day, when you do get to that promised land, so to speak, of your life, or when you do receive them breakthroughs and them blessings, be sure to let the people know, man, what it took for you to get there. Don't just show everybody all of the blessings and all of the things that you received after all of the hard work and suffering and pain and trials and tribulations. Let the people know what you've been through to get there. So that way people ain't out here thinking that you just woke up with it one day or you just got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, myself, I done been through so much from before I even really tried to start walking right with God, for real, honestly. But I done been through a lot of different stuff, of course, from finances to family issues, stuff with my mother, being homeless at certain points, sleeping on cots, shelters, taking showers at rec centers with paper towels, and struggling with my children even. Just many different avenues of life, man. But at the end of the day, it's just about the ones who don't stop, the ones who don't give up, because those the ones who always push through and make it. Everybody been through a lot, period, but certain people get tired and stop, where it's like the harder it get, the closer you are to it. We gotta stay resilient out here, and I'm decreeing it over my life. My breakthroughs and promises in life is coming. You know what I'm saying? From the Most High God is coming, because it been a lot that been getting harder and harder. A lot of different things that has continued throughout my life, and even new things. Some of y'all that's watching know certain things about me and my life. If you connected with certain people within my life, a lot of y'all don't know. But it's a lot of different things, man. From, again, just a lot of it. Trying to find yourself, trying to find your path. Family support, being recognized, people understanding your purpose, people mocking you about your purpose, people creating smear campaigns about you, looking down on you, talking in your face, talking behind your face, talking behind your back, creating you to be a different type of people that you ain't. All of these different things, man. People who don't got faith and hope in you. People who think that you all that, and you know what I'm saying? People who just simply don't like you, or, they can just see the light within you, or the boldness within you that they not willing to do, or fight to become themselves. And a lot of times with different stuff like that, it be the same ones that haven't surrendered on the level that you have, or sacrificed on the level that you have. So from that standpoint, just know that God always know your heart and your intentions, and God sees all of the effort that you do, because at the end of the day, it's about getting in that private place, that secret place with the Most High. It's not about people seeing everything. It's not about you showing people everything, because at the end of the day, when you really doing the work, it'll show naturally within yourself, how you are, how you move, what changed about you in positive ways. It's a lot of things too that can discourage you and drag you down outside of just people. Again, just waking up to your circumstances every day, the environments you live in, struggling financially, struggling with your health, staying stable, just many different things like that. So just be sure to remind the people, man, when you do get those blessings in hand, remind them of what it took to get there. You had to go through trial and error. You had to suffer. You had to learn. It's just like, say you wake up with 5-10 mil in a bank account one day. You can have all these ideas. I know if I had this, I'd go do this, start a business, I invest in that, I start this up. But it hit different when you ain't been through the experiences to actually know how to do it play by play. You get what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got the experience or you ain't studied or learned lessons to actually know firsthand how to do it, you just gonna be somebody that's up 5 or 10 mil. You can have all of the plans you want, but if you don't know how to execute through your own experience of trying those things and failing at those things, and people looking at you sideways, or people talking about you, or people, watching you but not supporting, or using all of the money you got failing, even though you got bills, or believing in a dream people think you delusional about, or whatever it is for your life. You get what I'm saying? Just make sure that you remind the people when you get to that part of having the blessings, because I declare and decree it again over my life, and I intercede on your behalf as well. You get what I'm saying? Make sure you remind the people and tell them what it took for you to get there, because it's hard. It's hard, and at times the walk can be lonely. At times you can see people fade away. I know when I first started doing this, I really feel like I was been supposed to start doing this stuff that I be doing now with creating my content. But it was a lot of the things that I experience now, which I knew would come, which is why I would run from it a lot. I always had influence. I always been popular. I always been known. I always been one of the people talked about a lot in good and bad ways, But at the end of the day, I knew it was going to make people leave my life. I knew it was going to make people push themselves away. Or he trying to get right in his walk with God. Or he trying to, be on his Bible stuff. Or how people say his holy roly, or, her holy roly, whatever. I knew it was going to be a lot of distancing and extra watching the judge type of energy going on, because of the type of content I do, and because of the type of walk that I'm on and I'm bold enough to be on. And everybody just not ready to grow in those areas or do the work, or sometimes just by you being who you are and changing and walking your walk, it hold the mirror up to people to show them what they not doing or what they not willing to grow so it's just a lot of different things like that. But I got to the point because it was too much on my spirit. Like, it's time to go. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. All of the talents and just my energy as a whole, how I can change and shift the energy of a whole room when I walk in, or people know I'm pulling up. It's a difference, and I'm saying humbly, but I just had to make sure I used it for what it was given to me for. I don't be trying to portray like I'm holy roly or I'm better than anybody, or any of that. But this is just a part of my journey and my experience for the greater things that he has for me in my life. You get what I'm saying? That's why certain videos you still hear me cuss. Not that it's a good thing, but it's just most of the time I try not to, because I don't want to promote that with the influence that I do have for the people who do pay attention to me. I have my vapes a lot in a lot of my videos. I talk about how sometimes I still drink and have a sip, or sometimes how, I'm on the path to fully not smoking no more, but sometimes I do pick up the smoke sometimes still. I've been going the furthest I have even with that. I did a couple weeks ago. I smoked a couple weeks ago, but before that, it been probably over 2 months straight. So I'm still on my journey and my path. I'm just being bold enough and willing enough to be authentic and pure of my imperfections, to give y'all motivation that it's possible, But God get all the glory for sure. What a